Good morning. Today I'm going to start this vlog with some UFO busting. Now that I've finished my 80s does 40s dress, I'm keen to try and knock a few more of these blighters off the list. So I'm going to have a rifle through the box and pick one to do next. You will probably hear a lot of bashing about in this video, I'm afraid. Ben is ripping the floor up downstairs, so that requires a lot of brute force and it is very, very distracting. So I'll do my best to video around that. But I will apologise in advance for any of that. It's been going on for a few days now and unfortunately I can't really help with it. So yeah, I know it's for the greater good that he's doing the floor, and as I'm not in a position to really help him with anything, there's nothing that I can do other than holding things. I decided to come up here and do a bit of sewing and try and block out the noise. I'm going to have a quick rifle through my UFO box and take the next UFO that I think I want to finish out. So first up is this 40s pattern, which I absolutely love, but I'm pretty sure I've already decided that this is going to be abandoned. It's poorly cut out, and I noticed that when I looked at the pattern pieces a minute ago, I noticed that I've cut them out so badly that there's not even complete pieces in this. I can see it better like this. It doesn't. It's missing a huge chunk. I mean, what were you thinking? As much as I love this fabric and this pattern, they weren't meant to be together, and so I'm going to tick this one off the list. But this pattern is so adorable and I'd love to make it, but unfortunately it's not in my size. So if I am planning to make it any time in the future, I'm going to have to get me my math skills up to par and try and figure out how to make it to more of a 40 to 42 size bust. But yes, so this was an easy win. I'm just going to put those bits of fabric into my patchwork bag. I've been sorting out my fabrics into scraps and that, as you probably will have seen. So time to find the next project in the box. Okay. So the next UFO that I'm going to look at today. Okay, I noticed that the banging on the floorboards downstairs was way too loud in this video, so I'm having to do a little future me voiceover for this bit. I also thought I'd insert some of the B-roll that I took for my UFO video. When I took this B-roll, I didn't realise that the skirt actually wasn't in the video. I must have missed it out when I was doing my ramble to the camera. So this will be the first time that it's been seen on this channel. And as you can see, it's a psychedelic 70s maxi skirt, and I made it from a pair of eBay curtains that I got. And I really love the fabric and I really love the skirt, but because of the way the fabric was made, it's loosely woven sateen cotton, it just didn't hold the side seams very well. They went a bit wibbly wobbly, and because it's cut on the bias, that didn't help. It never got finished, and if you have a little look inside, which I'll show you in a moment, you'll see that it was so badly done. I can't explain why, and I don't remember why, but yeah, it's not great. So I'm going to cut back now to June, and I'm about to try this skirt on to show you what it looks like a bit better. So I hope that you can tolerate the loud bashing sounds from downstairs in this, and I do apologise again for that. Nope, we're not finished. So this is the skirt one. It does fit, but it is because it's cut on the bias and it's slightly stretchy. So I don't hate it as much as I thought I'd hate it. It's pretty swishy. Obviously doesn't go with my t-shirt, but so the option I've got is to cut it off so it's maybe knee length or slightly above, and as it is, sort out the back, sort out the zipper. But the way it hangs at the moment, because of the way it's cut, because it's got panelled pieces for the length of it, to give it better drape once it gets past here, so it's all floaty and lovely down there, means up here it kind of folds in on itself just there, which on a short skirt, I don't know, it doesn't seem quite flattering enough to me. So I'm thinking maybe taking one of the panels, if I flip this around a bit, you might be able to see if I've got one of the panels in the middle, so you've not got a seam down the front. It sits flatter, it still curves a little bit, but I'm thinking maybe if I take one of the lower parts of the panels and cut an A-line skirt out of that piece, and do that on two of the panels, I've got a pattern I can use and everything, it might be better. I mean, there is obviously still a bit of drape there, but it's not as obvious, gosh. It's not as obvious as this. Where to start? So now it's all in pieces. And this is the pattern I'm going to use. This is New Look 6106, and the skirt that I'm going to be making essentially is skirt A, but it's the length of skirt B because that is very short. I made that by accident last time and that was very short. So it's quite a low rise waist on this, although the model seems to be showing it flat on a natural waistline. When I wore it, it kept dropping down. So I'm not adding the band, I'm just going to make that the full length. And I'll double check it against the one I've already made. But yeah, it's a simple little A-line skirt. I'm not going to put the pockets in. Well, I might do. I don't think I will though. It is very simple, it's very straightforward. I think it's just 4 pieces. Spot the error. Yeah, I've sewn these 2 pieces together to use as fabric. So that centre seam there was going to be the centre of my skirt because I don't have enough fabric to make it from the panels below because it's cut on the bias, it's a little bit wobbly. So I haven't been able to get the pattern pieces to fit in that. So I've decided to join the 2 pieces of fabric together to make 1 piece of fabric. But as you can see, they don't line up well at all. So I'm going to have to undo that and try and match the pattern together so it doesn't look like I am a disastrous seamstress. Hello, today is Saturday and that's Benn doing some decorating. So today I am doing some sewing. I want to make some face masks at some point because once I go back to work, which I've got my date now for that, which will be the 1st of July, I will need to use public transport, which means I'll have to wear a mask. Excuse the banging please. I'm not looking forward to wearing a mask on public transport, but I think it's from the 15th of this month it's going to become illegal. It's going to become illegal not to wear one. So that's exciting. I can walk to work and I probably will, to be honest with you, but because I'm not really fond of masks, purely because I'm absolutely terribly claustrophobic and I find them really claustrophobic. But that's just me. Yeah, and I'm also going to sew some pyjama bottoms. I will show you my current pyjama bottoms. I put them in the wash on the weekend last and they are from Primark. Now I don't shop at Primark anymore, that needs to be said. I have no interest or desire to shop at Primark. I understand why people do, but ethically it ain't for me anymore. But I have these pyjama bottoms that I've had for absolute years. I think I bought them when I moved to Leicester, and they have miraculously, every time I've washed them, shrunk. Yeah, I thought I was putting on weight, and I may well have been a little bit, but these things have gone from a size 22, which are quite baggy, and I used to have to wear a little pin in the side to keep them up, to being so small I couldn't even get my foot in them. So I'm going to make some pyjama bottoms. I thought I'd use the scrubs pattern that I've been using for my many pairs of scrubs. So now that they're all done, I thought I would use that pattern for myself and maybe make a pair of shorts as well. I've got some fabric that I bought to make scrubs with, but it turned out it wasn't quite right. It was too thick a cotton and it was too bright, so it's a bright pink. So yes, I'm going to make some pyjama bottoms for myself, and then I'll use some of the rest of it to make some masks for friends and family and for me. So I've pinned one of my bits onto my fabric, and I'm going to chop that out now, and I'm going to use the super quick overlock method to join them together so that I can get these done by the end of the day at least. Yeah, I'm thinking about making some shorts as well, so I'll see how baggy these are. I might need to extend them a bit because I think I don't want any chafage. Okay, I've cut out my pyjamas now, so I'm going to just do a little bit more on my 70s skirt. I've just pinned the two pieces together and I've overlapped one edge so that the pattern lines up. I'm then going to tack that in place and then top stitch it on my machine. Good afternoon, today is Monday and I am going to finish the sewing project that I started on Saturday but didn't finish because I got waylaid with other things. So I've cut out my pyjama bottoms. I've now just got to overlock them and sew them together. So that is what I'm going to do now. They don't really sit on my waist. If I pull them up, they are too short in the crotch for that. So. Okay, so now that my trousers are finished, and I should point out I am still wearing them, they're that comfy, I'm going to make a face mask. I have chosen to use Tilly and the Buttons sewing pattern for the free face mask that she's got on her blog and I think her YouTube channel as well. I sorted out on Saturday some fabric, roughly the right size that will be suitable for this, so I've probably got enough fabric to make about 10 I think at the moment, but there's possibly some more fabric up in the loft that I could utilise to make some more if I want to make some for friends and family and for colleagues at work and stuff. I am due to be going back to work at the end of this month. I can walk to work, it's only about a 30-minute walk, but if I'm being super lazy or if it's raining or something, I'm going to need to catch the bus. And as from today, I believe, it is illegal to get on the bus without a face mask. I will need to make one. So that's my plan for this afternoon, the rest of it. I also want to have a go at my 70s skirt today. I need to cut the front panels. I think I'm going to put the pockets in. I'm not sure, I'm still undecided. But I have noticed that the back part has not lined up well at all. I wish I'd paid a bit more attention, but I was going so gung-ho to try and get this UFO finished that I didn't check to see that it's really misaligned. Not that I was planning to match the pattern up, but it's almost matching, which makes it look like I've tried and really badly failed. So I'm going to have to write that one off as it's at the back. I don't have any more fabric to cut it, recut it out, and I can't line it up how I did on the front, which was by overlapping the front panel and whatnot. So I'm just going to have to accept that as it's on the back, I'm not going to see it. I'm going to just crack on with my face mask now. I've cut a template out so that I can make things a bit quicker, and I'm going to give that a go. And these are my fabrics that I've got. I've got some other lightweight polyester scrub fabric left. I'm not sure how well that'll work as a mask, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. I've also got some of this 1950s quilt fabric. I made a dress from a fair few years ago now. I think it's on my blog, pretty sure it's on my blog. A 1950s sarong type dress, which is beautiful, but unfortunately doesn't fit me very well, so I haven't really worn it very often. So this is some of the remnants from that, so I thought this might make a nice mask. It's quite thick, and so should do the job required. I have cut out some more of this pink fabric. Again, this is another fabric that I've got a dress made out of. It is some very lightweight cotton that I'm not sure how well it'll work, but I'm going to give it a go. I might need to line it with some white fabric to make it a bit more suitable. But they're all remnants from projects and dresses and things in the past, so let us see if it works. Ooh. It's moving, isn't it? Good afternoon. Yesterday I didn't finish showing you the mask, but I did finish. That's thunder. We had a big little storm last night, and it sounds like we're gonna have another one. Yeah, so yeah, I finished tilling the buttons face mask yesterday. It's okay. The fabric I used was quite thick, so I don't know if that's causing some of the issues that I found with it, but I'll go through those in a second. It was quick enough to make up, and I put my nose wire in and everything, so I'm pretty happy with that. The problem that I have is that firstly the filter gap opens up, so it's almost like one layer of fabric. I'm not planning to put filter in, so I might as well just do a sealed section rather than a opening. The ribbons are quite hard to tie, and it just doesn't really fit my face all that well. It gapes quite a lot on the bottom here, and again that could be because I've used this thicker fabric, so I should try really with one of my lighter weight fabrics and see if that makes a difference, because the original pattern was created with quilting cotton, which this is definitely more, it's nearer to an upholstery cotton. Then I'm just going to try and modify this a bit. For me it needs a bit of shaping under here, and maybe because I've got quite a long nose, it kind of is fighting with everything, and I can't seem to get it to stay on my nose properly, so I will show you. So I am going to make another one in the lighter fabric and see how that goes. I'm going to use elastic instead of ribbon because I think that might make a difference. So I've given up on that tilling the buttons pattern. It's a great little pattern, but it just doesn't really work for me. And I found on YouTube, Mimi G has created a face mask pattern, which is for a much more shaped face mask. So I'm going to give that a try. I don't have a printer, so I am going to have to trace this off the screen, which I hope will work. Working my way through, I've sewn all my pieces together, so all of those are joined at the curved edge. I'm now pinning the top edge where the nose wire will go.